Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today, I'm going to be doing a breakdown / thoughts on the trailer for Andor Season 2, which I am a couple weeks late on it, but I'm finally getting around to it, which the trailer doesn't really reveal that much. It is mostly action shots or characters just standing there. There isn't a whole lot of dialogue. And there's a couple characters we only get like a single shot of. It mostly shows Cassian. Obviously, he is the main title character, but in the trailer, the use of music was kind of interesting because usually in the trailers they use more instrumental Star Wars-like music, even though most of the time it doesn't end up appearing in the show or movie or whatever, but it's still Star Wars-like. Where this trailer just used a regular normal like lyric song. I don't know what the term is to differentiate it. I guess, just a non-Star Wars song. I think when the trailers for Skeleton Crew did the same thing, so it is kind of a recent trend with the trailers. But let's dive into the trailer. Like I said, it's a lot of action shots, a lot of shots of just characters standing there, not a whole lot of dialogue. Which the trailer starts with mainly shots of Cassian walking in different areas, which the camera is kind of following him from behind. There is some shots where I'm not sure if it is Cassian or not. The ones where it's definitely Cassian. One is of him in a fancy looking place, maybe Gorman, which I think does show up later in the trailer, and then some in different looking hallways. There is one which, like I said, I'm not sure if it is Cassian or not. I don't think it actually is him. Not really sure who it is. But they're in this big Imperial-looking building, shooting an Imperial officer. Which, in between those shots, we get one shot of stormtroopers attacking what I think is Gorman. Then one of this speeder thingy, kind of short-circuiting, which later in the trailer we get a shot of it driving down the street. I'm not really sure what world it is, but there isn't a whole lot of that stuff in the trailer. Then we get a shot of Cassian on Yavin 4 at the Rebel base, wearing an outfit similar to the one we see him wear at the start of Rogue One, which I'd assume this scene is near the end of the series. But during this, we get some dialogue from Cassian saying, "We're in a war. You want to fight? Or you want to win?" Which it seems like he might be speaking to Melshi, as we see a shot of Melshi, and it kind of seems like Cassian's talking to him, but obviously it's a trailer, so don't know if that is the case or not. But we also get a few scenes on this crop world. It's just mostly looking like a big wheat farm or wheat field, but there's a shot of stormtroopers readying their blasters there, Cassian in a ship, and then maybe firing on an Imperial ground transport thingy, which the ship looks to be a TIE Avenger, which originated from the now Legends TIE Fighter video games, which we do get shots of it later in the trailer where Cassian seemingly steals it from the Empire. But to go back to the wheat field planet, we see someone running in the field, maybe Cassian, maybe Wilman Pack, I'm not fully sure. But then we see Cassian, I assume, reuniting with Bix as they hug each other. But also then a shot of Brasso getting taken away by some stormtroopers, which I assume Bix will then join up with Cassian to fight the Empire, and, join the rebellion and whatnot, as we see a shot of them both walking away from a building as Cassian uses a detonator to blow the building up, which it seems like it might be on Coruscant. Not fully sure there. Which, speaking of Coruscant, we do get a couple scenes with Mon Mothma there, mainly at a party, which I assume is Lydia's wedding, which there is shots of Mothma dancing at that said party. We do see Davo Skolden, the slimy businessman whose son Mothma agreed to introduce Lydia to, which he's mostly in the background of the scenes we see. There is one where Mothma meets with him, which isn't at this party and seems to happen a little later because Mothma has her, different haircut, more closer to the one we see in Rogue One and then later in Return of the Jedi, which that's mostly what we get from Mothma in the trailer. There is some stuff related to her with Orson Krennic, who will appear in this season, once again played by Ben Mendelsohn, which we do get some scenes with him, which, he doesn't really look that different. But we see him seemingly on Coruscant. We do get dialogue from him talking about a party and whatnot, which I assume might be related to the one, see Mothma at, as there's a shot where it seems like Krennic might be talking to her. But we do get a shot of Krennic on a Star Destroyer looking out at the under construction Death Star, so that was a cool shot. But to kind of go back to Mothma, obviously in the first season, she mentioned the planet Gorman a lot, which from the animated show Star Wars Rebels, we know that a massacre happens on said planet, which leads her to denounce the Empire and then help create the Rebel Alliance, which I mentioned earlier, shots of Cassian on a fancy world, which I believe is Gorman, as we then get several shots from that planet where stormtroopers are opening fire and massacring the people of the planet. And, we see several shots of Cassian in the middle of it all, so I assume Cassian will be there when it goes down. But there are several characters who are returning, which we only get like one scene from. We do see Luthen looking kind of like distraught a little, but that's the only shot we get of him. Then there is a shot of Cassian with Clea, who was Luthen's assistant person, as we see her kind of grab him by the coat, seemingly angry with him. So maybe something happened to Luthen. There's a single shot of Dedra Meero inside, I assume, the ISP's headquarter place on Coruscant. There is a shot of K2SO also. A single shot of Cyril Karn, maybe on Coruscant, not fully sure. We also see his mother Edie, also once again. So, we don't see a whole lot from those returning characters. One character we do get a decent bit of was Saw Gerrera, as there is a shot of him, seems like on Jeddah. He kind of looks similar to his appearance in Rogue One, so I assume that happens near the end of the show. But there's also a shot of this seemingly rebel, kind of just dead, lying on the ground in his base. As we see outside, there's 2 X-Wings and another rebel ship taking off, which the X-Wings have the same design as Saw's Partisans X-Wings, which we do later get a shot of those ships jumping to hyperspace. And then the trailer actually ends with Saw, as we see a scene of him kind of grabbing someone and shaking them and telling them to fight. So we do get a decent bit of Saw. Hopefully we get more of him, as I enjoyed his I think like single scene in season 1 with Luthen, and it seems like we will be getting a lot more of him in this season. But there was some miscellaneous stuff. There is a shot of some Imperial troopers who don't have helmets on, which isn't interesting. I kind of like not making them just faceless soldiers. We actually, putting a face on them, which it might be ISB related, as in the shot with Dedra Meero, we actually see one in the background. There's a scene of this lady pulling out a blaster on a bunch of people and kind of shouting at them. Don't really know what's going on there. Also a shot of some long-haired guy, very angry. And then there's a shot of an Imperial fighting Bix. I'm not really sure where to place it. Could be Gorman, could be that Wheatfield place. Not fully sure. But that's all the stuff I noticed in this trailer, which surprisingly, we don't get any shots of B2 Emo or Vel and Cynthia, which they will appear in season 2, but no shots of them in this trailer. But I'm very excited for season 2, as I really loved season 1. It's one of my favorite Star Wars stories, really ever, and probably my favorite of the Disney era. But along with the trailer, they released a new poster, which is cool. Has Cassian. He's kind of transparent with the Death Star in the background. But they also revealed the release schedule, which the season will release in 4 3-episode chapters. So 3 episodes a week, starting on April 22nd with the first 3, and then releasing 2 May 13th. So the season's only going to last 4 weeks, which is a bit of a bummer, but this season is structured a little differently, as season 1 took place over the course of a year, where this season every 3 episodes will take place over the course of a year. And so I'm just assuming, Gilroy believes this season works best watching it like this. But also another reason could be for it to be eligible at the Emmys later this year. The season will have to air before May 31st, and so this will get it all done before then, so that could honestly be a reasoning why. But obviously when the season starts up, I'll be doing reviews. Most of the time I go individual episode, but even when they release multiple at a time. But this time I'll probably end up doing reviews where I just review all 3 at the same time in one video, mainly because of the different release schedule. Obviously, I might end up doing reviews for each episode, but first I'm just going to do it by the arc, which I might also do some videos going back and rewatching season 1, probably doing that by the arc also, so like just 4 videos or so. So you check that out then, and obviously when the series starts, my reviews, and you can check out all my videos I did on season 1 back when that was airing. But that's all I have to say now. I've been Star Wars Review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.